Okay, so I'm going to be making this video today in reference to the baby doe, Bella, and the crazy people that were watching her. I wouldn't even really call them parents. The people that were watching her and doing a terrible job. Number one, I read a lot of articles about it, and there was a man that came forward and said that he lived with them for a few months, and he ended up leaving because of the way that they treated her. That, when she would cry, they'd lock her in the closet for 30 minutes to an hour, and she'd be begging to come out of the closet. They would demean her and yell at her. The child wasn't even 3 years old yet. And then the parents go to the next step to think that the child is possessed. Are you serious? Number one, children act. They act the way they see. They see actions and they act that way. If you're doing drugs, hardly able to function to the point where you can't even parent your child, where you just throw them in a closet because you don't know what to do, because they're crying and you're upset, that's not parenting. That's letting the child deal with it on their own and not trying to help them get through it and not trying to help them understand that this is what you do. This is not what you do. You don't scream at mama. I know mama yells sometimes. I know mama gets frustrated sometimes when she's driving and people are driving slow. But that's not the way you act. And mommy's gonna work on it too. There are ways to teach your children, people. There are ways. And locking them in closets and demeaning them and yelling at them, that's not how you do it. That's just not how you do it. 100% not how you do it. I think we can all agree that demeaning, if someone comes over and yells at you and says that you're a piece of shit, are they going to want to do what you're telling them to do? No. Like when you're in a workplace, and not my workplace is great, but there are some workplaces you go to and they demean the crap out of you and then expect you to do all kinds of work. I mean, do you feel appreciated? Do you want to listen when that happens? No, you don't. Imagine a 2 or 3 year old that can barely understand what life is about yet, and you're throwing words at them and demeaning them and pushing their self-esteem to the ground and locking them in closets because they're acting like a 3-year-old. They're not possessed. They're acting like a 3-year-old, people. They're acting like a child. Shoot. I mean, I love my child, but he can be crazy sometimes. He can be crazy boy, running around the house being crazy. Sometimes he doesn't want to listen to me. Sometimes he even says, I don't like you, mommy. But he's not, possessed by a demon. He's not the child of Satan. Are you serious? If people went off of the way I act when I get angry, I would be the Satan child. For real. And that's right now. I mean, I'm not nice when I get really angry. Okay? When I don't get my way, I'm not nice. I'm not a nice person when I don't get my way. I'm not a nice person. Imagine a 2 or 3 year old that's not getting their way. Yeah, they're going to throw themselves on the floor and throw a fit and look possessed, but they're not. But if you're on heroin or meth or whatever, it looks like it because you don't want to deal with it. You don't want to hear it. You want it to stop. And it's not stopping, so they must be possessed. Something must be wrong with them. No, something's wrong with you. And it makes me feel so hurt. Like I really want to just go around. I mean, I don't know. I probably couldn't handle it because I'd be belligerent. But I want to save all the children, like for real. I wish I was a millionaire, because if I was a millionaire, like some of the people that, are millionaires out there, I would be taking in all the children. I'd need a team to help me. But I would be taking in the children. Children that really need it, that feel like they have no chance. That poor little girl probably felt terrible almost every single day. She probably felt like crap every single day. She probably felt like she was nothing every single day. And she was only not even 3 years old. That makes me sad, and it breaks my heart. And for them to beat her to death because she's possessed, no, honey, check yourself. Check yourself. Check yourself right now. If you're doing all kinds of pills and doing all kinds of drugs, your mind, you already can barely walk and stand and talk to somebody at the food store, let alone walk and talk and take care of your kid. There's no way that you can do discipline. You can't handle it. You cannot handle the issues that come with it because you're literally teaching another human being how to be good when you're not even fully good. No human being is sinless. I know I'm not, clearly. Because if my son started talking like this to me, I'd be upset. But look at me now. I need to stop that. See? You see what I mean? I get angry at people. I don't show love sometimes. I'm foolish sometimes. I do silly things sometimes. I mean, and how are you going to fault your child for that? You know? Correct it. Correct it, correct it, correct it. That's all. Correct it and tell them how to do it the right way. And tell them they're not alone. They're not stupid. They're not crazy. They are a little crazy because of me. He's crazy because of me. I'm a little crazy. But, you know, there's nothing wrong with them. They're little children trying to learn how to be big people. And unfortunately, no one is 100% great role model because no one is sinless. So I don't like that. I don't like the way people parent sometimes. And I don't like when parents give their kids higher standards than they give for themselves. It's not cool. The kid looks at you like, really? Mommy's doing it. Really? Mommy's throwing a heroin tantrum over there. I can't throw a tantrum? I'm not even on heroin. You know what I mean? Like, seriously? Like, I'm not the mom doing that. I don't do that. I meant the one woman that's the mother of the baby doe. You know what I'm trying to say? You get what most people get what I'm trying to say. It just angers me. It angers me how also, like, how do the hospitals let mothers with babies that, I mean, there's a clear sign. If, you know, a lot of people that are drug addicts and then have a baby, it's usually intertwined a little bit. And I've heard tons and tons and tons and tons of stories. All different types of people giving birth to a baby addicted to a drug. And the baby goes home with the mom. Are you serious? The mom is still going to be doing drugs that are going to impair her to the point where she can barely take care of herself, let alone take care of a newborn baby. Why? How in the world does any court system or any place that takes care of children okay that? Like, how did the Massachusetts court allow that mother to walk out of the delivery room with a baby that was probably, more than likely, I don't know if this is true or not, but more than likely, I'm probably guessing, my guess, 60 to 70% chance that mom was doing drugs when she had her baby and when she was pregnant with her baby. So there were signs to it. Clear-cut signs, probably. And the court didn't take the child away. And the reason why I think I know this is because I know tons of stories of where mothers have been doing drugs during their baby, during, you know, the whole time. And when the baby comes out, they get to take the baby home. That doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. It really, really doesn't. Unless they completely stopped and the baby comes out unaddicted, don't let the mother take the baby home. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with this place? What is wrong with America? Look at me. I'm already getting loud again. I'm getting loud again. Good thing Zane's not here. I'm getting loud. But, you know, it's just, I don't understand people, and it does anger me, and it hurts me, and it doesn't make sense. This world does not make sense to me, and people don't make sense to me at all. They really, really don't. Your child is not possessed, honey child. You just don't know how to parent. Parenting is about taking care of your child and teaching and growing with them. Teaching them how to grow. But you can learn a little something too from them. The things you're teaching them, maybe you should put that in your book to learn.